One, two, three, four. Hey, Michael Monroe here. Chaos, panic, and disorder. My job here is done. All right, let's rock like fuck.
Okay, so hello everyone. It's day number 3 here at John Smith Rock Festival, and today we have a special guest here, Michael Monroe. So, first of
Hello.
all, welcome to Chaos TV, man.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, it's all the same freaking day, man.
You actually just came here from Vauhtiaut, where you played yesterday. So how
Yeah,
did the show
Seinäjoki.
go?
That went great. Vauhtia, this show was great. Seinäjoki, that we played with this band. We played there since 2011. Every year we've been at Vauhtia, so it's kind of a tradition by now. But I'm excited to play here at the John Smith Festival
Yeah,
for the
John Smith Rock Festival.
John Smith Rock Festival for the first time ever.
So, in general, speaking about the summer, how has it been for you and the band?
Cool. Yeah, we did a couple of. We've been to Spain twice. We had 2 festival gigs in Spain so far. Some finished festivals.
So, how is Spain for Michael Monroe?
Great. It was cool. Fantastic. They appreciate true rock and roll. They can see what's phony and what's fake and what's for real. And they're really compassionate about music in general. I love those people. They're really into it for the right reasons and have a lot of heart. So it was great. Very emotional and great. Fantastic both times. And we winning people over, little by little, and everybody's raving about it. Got great reviews of the show, even though I hadn't slept much at all the night before because we flew all night. We had a Lohjan Rantajamit the night before, last time we were in Spain. On Saturday nights, then we had to leave like 4:45 in the morning to fly to Barcelona.
Oh, that was a heavy trip, though.
Flight arrives at 10:30 and the gig starts at 1:15, and we had to luckily we made it. The plane wasn't late, but yeah, with anger and energy and whatever, it just we did a killer show.
So you have like a vest here, One Man Gang, and that's the title of your...
Gang. Let me show this up to the audience. Can you see that?
Yeah.
One Man Gang is the name of the up and coming Michael Monroe album that's going to be released in looks like October now. This October this year. I don't know the exact date yet, but during October, and then we're going to go on tour in mid Europe. In the UK, in the middle of Europe, and we're going to Japan in a couple of weeks for the Summer Sonic festivals.
Okay.
And then
So
we're going back to Japan in the beginning of December.
I was actually going to ask you, have you yet actually played like any new songs live, or?
Yeah, we're actually starting with the title. We're actually starting with the title track, One Man Gang.
Okay.
Tonight, even you'll get to hear it.
Is that gonna be like the first single also from the album?
Well, probably not now. It may be a single. I think it could have been the first single, but the first single is probably going to be a song called "Last Train to Tokyo," which is the second track on the album, which is probably, yeah. Well, I'll listen to people who work with their radio. So we got a management in England, and they have their points of view, and I've always stubbornly, shut myself in the foot or whatever over the years, and so I don't want to give any excuses for anyone not to work the album. So, but "Last Train to Tokyo" is the second single. I think "One Man Gang" should be. It could be a lyric video. They make these lyric videos. That one's quite fast. So you kind of have to work a bit to keep up with the words. So that could be a good lyric video. I don't know, but yeah, "Last Train to Tokyo" first.
So I guess the album is now done. So could you tell us like a bit about the whole writing and recording process? I think you were all writing music.
Yeah,
for
this
one.
band writes. Everybody's very talented. This band has a lot of creative energy, and everyone's allowed to write. And all the songs that are on the table, the best ones are chosen for the album, regardless of who wrote them.
Okay.
So
that's cool.
Yeah, so it's a real band situation, and this
has it
on
always
this one,
been like that?
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah, from the beginning. Since me and Sammy Alpha put this band together in 2010, I want to give everyone the freedom. I like to collaborate, and I think it's always a better result when you have more people involved, and the band spirit, the vibe, and the chemistry, and really is what we have here is very rare. We have a very strong unit, and we've been together now since almost 10 years. 2010 we started, and now it's 2019. 9 years this band has been together already. We've done four albums with the new, including the new one coming out, and it's only getting better. This album, the One Man Gang, it has a cool kind of sound. Rich Jones came out as he's an amazing songwriter. I didn't even realize how good he was until now, until this album. And I had a bunch of songs of my own, and I was like, okay, this one goes. Rich's is better, but not only better, it was also the style was kind of like just the right type of. The Damned, Lost of a New Church, Mutta Hoople, and all, the Clash, and all these little tones of our influences. So I had to make it a perfect, record as a whole. We recorded 18 songs. We had to choose.
Okay.
Had to choose 12. So that was a tough job, but that's a great one. I'm really happy about it.
But I guess that's a good way to do it, so you don't have to add like every song to the album, so you can actually
all
cut
killers, no
something out.
fillers. That's my
Yeah.
motto. All killers, no fillers. Why would you want to put a weak song on the record? No way. I'd never do that. And let's put it this way. I was a couple of weeks before the Barcelona festival. We were in Fuengirola, where there was a new festival called Rock the Coast for the first time. That event took place, and Tarja Turunen from the original singer for Nightwish.
Yes.
So Tarja Turunen, yes. Tarja lives nearby, and she invited me over to their house, and went to see her dear friends of mine, Tarja, and he's her manager, husband, and her lovely daughter. And I was there all day, and I played the album to Tarja all the way through, and she said it's the best thing she's ever heard me do. And the way I'm singing, she says, I've never heard you sing that good. Because there's a couple of, always trying to expand and experiment and try to evolve. And
So you always try to kind of like challenge yourself when you make the songs.
sure, yeah, exactly. That's rewarding. That's very rewarding when you succeed in that. And I'm never complacent. Always strive for something greater. And you're never good enough, which is a good thing. It would be boring to wake up one day and say, okay, I don't have to practice anymore. I have to try.
I guess that would be the day to end the music
Yeah,
career if you
Might as well
would
pack
think
it in.
so.
Yeah, exactly. And we wouldn't be nervous or excited about a gig before showtime. It wouldn't be natural to be just like, oh, okay, let's play some solitaire. Oh, we gotta go to work. It's not that kind of thing. Can't be.
So you also have like quite interesting guests on the album, Nasty Suicide and Captain Sensible. So how did you ended up having those?
Well,
Nasty is obviously your friend in Hanoi Rocks, so
Nasty's our friend from Hanoi Rocks, and he's still got the greatest. He's got the touch. I mean, he often comes and visits our shows and live. And now we had this song called "Wasted Years," which seemed suitable for Nasty. So he came in as cool as ever, did a couple of takes just like that, and that was it.
okay.
There it is. And Captain Sensible, punk rock legend. The Damned have always been my favorite bands, and his solo stuff I love too. So I called Captain and says, do you want to play a guitar solo on a song? And I says, okay, we'll send the song. So I emailed him the song, One Man Gang. And he answered back, says, love the song. I'll have something for you in a couple of days. He had this solo, and the same day he sent me. I got an email from him with the solo, and it's great. It's really, really cool. Then also Eikka Toppinen from Apocalyptica is playing cello in one song.
Okay.
The last
that's
song
cool.
called "Low Life in
Something
High
different.
Places." Yeah, absolutely. He's a few tracks, 3 or 4 tracks of cello, and "Low Life in High Places" is the name of the song. It's the last song of the album. So, yeah. So those are famous names that I could mention. I mean, in my book, people with a respectable career and integrity intact and all that. First album we made was Sensory Overdrive. That had Lemmy and Lucinda Williams. Those were the 2 guests, and that was pretty cool too.
Yeah, have Lemmy on an album. I guess that's an honor for every musician.
Of course, yeah, we did a duet, the song called "Debauchery as a Fine Art," and it turned out really cool. I'm glad we did that. Missed the guy.
I want to ask you a bit about, like, everybody's talking about how rock is doing at the moment, but for me it seems that it's doing like really well. For example, Guns N' Roses played a massive stadium tour.
God bless him.
Yeah, and it seems that rock is doing well, even though everybody's saying that it isn't doing well. So what do you think about it yourself?
As long as I'm here, rock and roll is here, and it's alive and well. And it's like always, fashions come and go, and I think genres that they came up with, like grunge or hip hop, whatever, heavy metal, whatever. I think it's totally unnecessary. I think they just spoil everything. They limit your creativity because you're trying to do something. We're writing songs or making music for the sake of marketing and how we're going to serve this to people. And record companies, of course, encourage that. Before all those, before they had titles like heavy metal, or to me, it's something. As soon as it has a name like that, it's over. Because then everybody starts to sound like say Nirvana, for example, a brilliant band, came out of nowhere, sold millions, and they had a real cool thing. But then there's like 200,000 copycats trying to sound like them, but they're never as good as the original, the real deal. And therefore, there's like 2 million unnecessary, boring bands that are like mediocre. And instead of everybody doing their own thing, like in the 60s, 70s, and early 80s even, bands had, we never thought, what the hell? How
They
are we gonna
had their
market
own
this?
identity.
Yeah, they had so much more personality. You had like, everybody had a different thing there, and they were doing music for music's sake, and not for quick buck, for making money, because corporations, they make investments, right? And they want their money back, and that ruins, and the greed, that just ruins everything. So music has no business in the music business.
Yes.
It hasn't had for a long time. So we're here to keep true, authentic rock and roll alive. We're here to show people real emotion and play from the heart, not from the wallet.
So you had the honor to be like as an opening act for Guns N' Roses when they played in Kantola. So what kind of experience was that for you?
Well, I mean, we're old friends. It was Slash and Duff. We did there's a documentary in the making, which of me, but which won't be finished for a while yet. But they was kind enough to do an interview. Both did separate interviews backstage there for the documentary. And
Cool.
And yeah, and there's such
How
sweet
long-
guys. They
how
never
far is
changed.
that at the moment. That
I can't say, it's hard to tell. When it's ready, it's ready. But those guys are so sweet, Slash and Duff, for example, they got such great character and they're such sweethearts, and they've only gotten nicer over the years. So if anything, they never changed. Heart of gold and really down to earth. So I appreciate that in people. And to me, the most important thing in the whole career was no matter how famous or rich I could become, if I turned into an asshole in the process and lost my soul, then none of the money or fame would be worth it. I would have screwed up. That was the first most important thing. And my integrity has to be intact before anything else. Doing things on my own terms, my own way, and not compromising for the wrong reasons. That was more important.
So obviously, like the Guns N' Roses guys are known to be like huge Hanoi Rocks fans.
Yeah, but they have.
I heard like a rumor that Hanoi Rocks was offered like to open for Guns N' Roses in the stadium run. Is that actually true, or is
No,
that something that I
we
just
would have been
heard?
there if they had offered us that tour, man. We would have been there. No, that was never. I mean, I'd love to have been on that tour, or tour with Slash to begin with, or somebody like that.
Yeah,
Foo Fighters, would be great. But we haven't been in a position to do that yet. So
Okay.
hopefully someday we'll get on a big tour. I'd like to see how this band hits home with with a wider audience than what we played to mostly. I mean, Japan is great, Finland, UK, and in every country there's certain at least a cult following for me and Hanoi Rocks. But I'm still one of the best kept secrets in rock and roll, and to a fault, I've been sticking to my principles, and maybe that slowed me down. But then again, I'd rather have my integrity. It's all about integrity, man. Nothing else, and that's the most important thing. Being for real, to me anyway.
Okay. So hey, Mike, thank you a lot for
Thank
the
you.
time and all the best for the future.
Yes, it's good to
anything
see you,
want to
Chaos, again. It's the same. You're totally in order here. There's no chaos. I mean,
Anything you want to say as last words to all the fans watching this?
Yeah, all the fans, thank you for all your support. I always love and respect you, and it's truly appreciated. And look for our new album. It's going to be killer. It is killer. And see you down the road. And all the very best. Love and light and rock and roll. Yes.